Good morning and welcome to another brand new weekly vlog. If you are new around here, my name is Astrid. I vlog every week of my life. This is vlog 8 and I hope you stick around. Guys, a big personal milestone happened for me this weekend and I did actually vlog a little clip, so I'm going to flash back to that now. Guys, I'm not meant to be vlogging today because it's the weekend.
We did it, baby.
And I'm at a cheerleading competition right now. I've just reached 100,000 followers on Instagram. I just refreshed it and it was there. And I can't believe it, I might have a little cry. This is literally, like, I know it sounds so silly because it's just a number, but like to think that it's 100,000 people and like it's just been my like unrealistic goal for so long, and it's not unrealistic because it's happened. We're lost. Thank you so much if you follow me on Instagram. I'm so lucky that this is my job, and what the hell? Wait, hang on, why don't you follow me? Go on. And it's gone again, obviously, because that's what happened.
Right.
I knew that would happen. It's so weird because on mine it says 100,001, but on Charlie's it says 99.9. I wonder whose is more accurate.
Mine.
What, just because it's yours?
Yeah.
Let's try again, go on. Oh! Please. Go on, go on. No. Go on then. Yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Sorry to be confusing, this is Amy from the future. I'm just going to jump in here to say that this is a weekly vlog, like all of my other weekly vlogs, but obviously with hitting 100k this week, and then like just I was like celebrating that, and it kind of made me quite reflective on that. So a lot of this vlog, about halfway through, I decided to theme it around that. So if you've ever been curious about the influencer industry, or if it's something that you're looking at getting into yourself, then stay until the end. I've done a Q&A as well with a few questions from my Instagram, and I hope this video can give a little bit of insight, whether that's because you're looking for help with it yourself or just because you're being nosy, which is probably what I would be doing. So fair enough. So yeah, I spent the weekend at a cheerleading competition. My sister has done cheerleading like her whole life, so it's an environment I'm quite used to, but it is always quite exhausting because the music is so loud, so everyone's shouting to be heard over it, and you have to work so hard to hear everything that it like really tires you out. I don't know. And I wasn't even cheerleading. Like, the athletes who were performing and like competing were so ridiculously talented. It genuinely made me think like, maybe I should do cheerleading. I definitely shouldn't. I can barely even walk in a straight line without falling over, let alone like throwing someone up in the air and then catching them and then doing a backflip or something. Honestly, it was insane. It's not the kind of cheerleading that you think of with like pom-poms. It's called all-star cheerleading. And if you Google it, you'll see. It's basically like group gymnastics with like picking people up. I don't know, it's very cool, but it's very noisy. So I am trying to be quite kind to myself this morning. But yeah, I can't believe I reached 100,000 followers on Instagram over the weekend. It is a goal that I have had in mind for a really long time. For those of you who don't know, my Instagram actually got hacked. It had about 5,000 followers, which to me was huge at the time. I started posting outfit photos on Instagram back in, like, I want to say like 2017, 2018, and I loved doing it. Like, to begin with, I was really shy in front of the camera, and I actually hated having my photo taken, which was an interesting combination. But I did love like building a community and getting to chat to people, and I loved like posting stupid things on my stories, and like, yeah, just I had a lot of time with it as like a creative outlet when I was towards the end of uni and I was tutoring for a job, so like my job wasn't particularly creative, and building that following was something that I really wanted to do, and I could see that other people were doing it like as a job, and I always thought how cool that looked, how fun that looked. So I tried to be a lot more consistent and I was posting more often and blah blah. But then literally the week before the pandemic like lockdown hit the UK, my account got hacked and removed basically, because basically what happened was I got an email. Do you remember those things where it was like your Spotify festival, and they took like data from your Spotify and made like a poster that showed like your top artist but in like a festival lineup picture? That's so stupid, but basically I clicked on it. It turned out to be like a phishing thing, which basically means they get you to click on a link and then log into your Facebook, and then they get your details. They logged into my Facebook and my Instagram was connected to my Facebook. And then overnight, I'm pretty sure they were in Russia, I seem to remember. Overnight, they placed some ads on my Facebook page, which was linked to my bank account, because obviously I do social media and I used to do social media management as a job. So sometimes I would have to boost brands' posts like from the back end of Facebook. So my card details were on there. I got charged over £400 for ads I didn't place and that I don't know what they were. But then they got reported to be going against Facebook's like guidelines, so the ads got taken down, my entire account got taken down, and my Instagram account got taken down, because obviously Instagram and Facebook are owned by the same people, and I had set my Instagram up through my Facebook. So it just disappeared, and like all of that work and all of that like community and like the enjoyment that I took from it, it was all gone. And obviously that then hit like right around the time of lockdown, which was super rubbish, because in the time when I actually probably would have really loved to have that creative outlet, I was sort of holding on to hope that I might be able to get it back. And I literally went down absolutely every single avenue I could, and it never worked. It was also great having like hundreds of pounds stolen at the same time that all of my tutoring work had to stop. So good. But whatever, we're here and we got through it. Just about. But so then eventually I did start up a second account, but I didn't really use it very much to begin with, because I was still holding out hope for the first one. And it wasn't until the September of 2020 that I really decided to go like balls to the wall with it, because I thought, actually, this is something I really enjoy doing. However, it takes up so much of my time that if I can't like make a success of it, then I need to scale back how much time I'm spending on it, because it was taking time away from stuff that was like work. So I was like, either I need to make this work, like make it become my job, or at least like part of my job, or I need to like stop prioritizing it so much, because even though I really enjoyed it, I wasn't really making much money from it. I was making like a tiny bit of money here and there, but definitely not enough to like offset the amount of time that was being put in, if that makes sense, which was difficult. And then in the September of that year, I was like, right, it's now or never, and I went absolute like balls to the wall with it. And by the April, so within 6 months, I had 10,000 followers, and that was my goal. Like by my birthday, I was like, I need 10,000 followers within 6 months to see that it's viable, and if not, then I'll have to stop prioritizing it so much. And I got it, and it has continued to grow from there. And it's hard work. Like I do multiple shoot days a week. I do those studio days that you guys have seen. I post once or twice a day on Instagram to grow that platform, but I love doing it so much. Eventually it became my full-time job in like October-ish 2022, so just over, oh no, like nearly a year and a half ago now. And I love it. Like every single day I feel so lucky that this is my job, and I don't think I will ever get over that. But seeing the like number on my profile, that is something that I've always like sort of dreamed of having. It's not all about the numbers at all, but it just is like validation that I love doing this thing, but that other people love it too, and like it brings value to other people. I want to encourage people to like wear whatever makes them feel happy and whatever makes them feel good, and also to like not be afraid to rewear items and try and style them in different ways. I do a lot of these like ways to wear posts where I show like 10 different ways to wear one item, and I love doing those because I think like it shows you don't have to buy new clothes all the time. I feel very strongly about that. Some of my favorite items in my wardrobe I've had for like 4 or 5 years, and yeah, I love that community, and I feel so like honored to have reached 100k. And tomorrow I'm gonna like let the dust settle, make sure I don't dip back under, because sometimes you like lose a few followers and stuff. But tomorrow I'm gonna do like a little mini photo shoot for 100k. I wasn't going to, because like I know no one cares about it as much as I do, but it's more for me, for memes, and just like a bit of fun. So I think I'm gonna shoot a new profile picture at the same time. And that's my plan for tomorrow. But anyway, on to today. Today I'm going out for lunch with Maria, Jess and my friend Meg from Norwich. She stayed last night. So we're going to go out for a bit of lunch. And then tonight I am working with View Cinemas on an Instagram post. So I'm going to go over to their new Islington cinema, which looks lovely. They've got like all recliner seats in there now. And I think the CEO of View is going to be there too, which is so wild. Like View is such a massive company. But yeah, I suppose we better get ready. Here we are performing our pre-event ritual.
Do a head flip upside down and a mouth applied.
This is my outfit. I'm wearing that moldy dress from last week's vlog.
I just described it as like Wednesday Addams if she wore a bit of pink.
Yeah, and I see where you're coming from with that.
Yeah, it's the collar. Yeah, and it's the sort of like, it's like a smock vibe, isn't it?
Yeah, I quite enjoy it. It's very comfortable. And I've got sunglasses on because it's like nearly spring. And so it turns out Maria also has sunglasses, which is hilarious because we didn't discuss it.
Because the thing is, we always wear sunglasses in like spring and summer, but sometimes in like, for like the cloudy winter months, I'll take them off. For Christmas, I'll take them off. Then today, I specifically wear when it's nearly summer.
But I think this means that from now until like October, they'll probably be like surgically attached to my hair.
Today, I wanted to wear a bow in my hair and I forgot.
That is a shame.
Because my outfit's giving plain black. But if you wear a bow,
but no, it's quite cool. You've got the jacket.
My jacket.
Yeah, it's a cool jacket. It's like my red one, but is it like grey?
Sort of grey.
Yeah,
it's grey, I think.
Yeah. We've come to the opening of a new cinema because I'm working with them on Instagram. We've got these mocktails. Oh, that just smell very nice. Thank you. Canapes. That's nice, but it's very horse radishy. Maria said, what did you say about this?
They taste like the bottom of a Calippo when it's melted. I think it's a Calippo or a Solero.
Let me try.
I think it's a Solero.
Oh no, Calippo.
We're taking a seat to survey the room.
Yeah. Events like this are always so nerve-wracking because you just never know who else is going to be here. So we've got here early and we've got a seat and we're in the corner of the room so we can watch everyone else come in.
And also there's a seat opposite the table, but we've both sat on the side so we can survey the room.
Guilty.
We have military grade satellites, and halfway through one of Phil Collins' drum solos, we lost the picture. In the middle, I wanted to slither down underneath the seats and die, crawl into a black hole somewhere. And then
we're on the Lizzie line and it smells like a plane in here. Yeah, it does not smell good. Get me home. What did you think of Vanya?
It's like crunchy Scott.
Yeah.
I thought it was about 20 minutes too long.
It was quite long.
And then it was like 20 minutes of just, I went, I feel like this could have ended because it's quite a lot. You've got to focus on a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe if I was in
he played every role. There were like 8 characters and he was all of them. So he was like brilliant. He's fantastic. So he was like having all these conversations with himself. But then obviously you had to then work out who was speaking all the time and listen to what they were saying. So like it was very like mentally, yeah, it was incredible.
Change character by like look in his eye.
It was mental, yes. Like very, like ridiculously good acting.
I love it.
Yeah. Particularly in Fleabag.
I was just about to say Sex and the Beast.
I usually put a pair of shorts on underneath my tights. No, not underneath them, over the top of my tights. And I've never understood what people mean when they say that they find tights uncomfortable, so I wear them most days and have no problems. Today, however, I forgot to put anything on over my tights, and honestly, they've been falling down so bad. My thighs feel like I might as well have attached sandpaper to them both. I'm in literal agony, and now I understand what people mean. If you are one of those people that says that you find tights uncomfortable, put shorts on over them. I promise it makes all the difference in the world, and I've learned my lesson, and I will never ever 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 forget my shorts again, ever. Sorry, excuse me.
Shut me out of the way, yeah, bitch.
Pajama bottoms on, chicken nuggets in the oven. Good night, everyone.
Bye bye.
Oh my god. Whenever any of the girls have reached 100k, we have got them a brownie god, and today is my brownie god, I believe, from the girls. I'm so excited. This brownie, by the way, they went like super viral on TikTok. They are life-changing. But also you can write your own message on it, so I'm quite intrigued to see what they've written. Fantastic. Oh my god, I'm so excited to eat this. Honestly guys, if you ever want to buy someone like a really special little present to say like well done for something or something like that, Brownie God, they are literally life-changing. I can't wait to have a bit of this with a cup of tea. Good morning. We are on the way to B&Q because like I said yesterday, I want to shoot like a 100k milestone post for my Instagram today, and the way that I'm going to do that, because obviously I need to paint a lot in the flat anyway, I'm going to paint 100k onto the wall in, I think, pink paint, and then I'll just paint over it in white like over the next couple of days when we're painting the hallway white. So yeah, we're on the way to B&Q to go and pick up some pink paint for my announcement post, and I'm excited.
To be fair, all I care about at the moment is thinking, what am I going to have for lunch?
What are you going to have for lunch?
And then I realised we had a Sainsbury's shop delivered yesterday, so I'm like, we've got ramen noodles.
Nice.
So that's my classic lunch that I always seem to have. It's just easy. Why overcomplicate things when they don't need to be complicated?
Well, exactly. She says about to paint a wall so she can paint over it. Charlie's seen these like £1 buckets. Oh, they are all tied together on a vlog that he watches. So he really wanted to get some, but they're all like tied together, I assume, to stop people from nicking them. Yeah, I think one of these pink colours, maybe pink kimono, might be a good one. I think. I don't want to go too dark because obviously I know I need to paint over it. But I think this is like a good shade. We are so zoomed right now. There we go. The weather is so dark today. I was gonna do this like painting 100k thing. I'll show you what I bought. I didn't want to buy a big pot of paint because I know that I'm not going to use very much of it, and it felt really wasteful, like both in terms of money and also just then I'll be left with loads of extra pink paint when I know I'm not going to paint the wall pink. So I got a couple of these sample pots from Farrow & Ball. This is the shade Nancy's Blushes, and they were only £5.50 each, which I actually thought was pretty good. Obviously not if you're buying like loads of different colours to try, but for what I'm doing, that seemed perfect. So now hopefully I'm not going to have loads of like excess paint left over, but it's so dark outside today, and also I'm on a little bit of a time crunch because I just spent way too long doing my makeup, to be honest, and I want them to come out well. So I actually think I'm going to postpone it to tomorrow, which is really annoying because I do actually just want to get it posted. But yeah, I'm gonna try this shoot again tomorrow. But now that I've like worked out where I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it on this bit of wall behind me here, and I'm going to use these two paints, and then I got a big paintbrush and a slightly smaller paintbrush so I can paint like the letters in the big paintbrush and then like some little like sparkly lines around the outside in the smaller paintbrush. And I'm going to sit on the step ladder with my paintbrush in my hand, and it'll be good. I just wanted to go so well. I'm such a perfectionist with things like this that like I'm my own worst enemy really, because I quite often don't do things because I feel like I don't have time to do them properly, and that's what's happened here. But I'm just going to do it tomorrow. I'm not going to stress myself out over it. I'm having a little bit of a stressful time in the old personal life, so yeah, just going to be kind to myself, not putting too much pressure on. So instead, I didn't want to waste the makeup and stuff, so I did just take some new profile photos, which is I've needed a new profile picture for ages. I actually hate my profile picture on Instagram, but I then put this jumper on for a bit of colour, and I realised that it is actually dirty, so it's just been hanging up in my cupboard with food down it, which is so good.
So hard. So just two really hard working girls right now.
Working so hard. I'm trying to find some nice spring clothes,
and there aren't any.
There are literally none. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Is it because it's too early? But I feel like around now they normally start coming out.
People start planning holidays for like,
but that's what I'm thinking
sort of this time of year, don't they? I feel like there should be something around.
There just isn't.
Primark the other day and there was lots of nice stuff.
Oh really?
Yeah. I wasn't in a shopping mood, so I didn't get anything, but there was a lot of nice stuff.
Interesting.
So it might be worth an in-store shopping trip.
Maybe. Maybe I'll go to Westfield.
Hey guys, let us know you would like to see inverted France with shine. So this is why it needs someone that's kind of take it rather than
So we've come into Central and found Charlie, and we've come to, where are we? Seven Dials Market. He's ordered a burrito that hasn't come yet, and I've got this Biscoff donut that I'm very excited about. And I don't know if I'm meant to be in here because we're sitting in the burrito place. Am I allowed to eat a donut in here?
Okay. Do you know what?
That's what I'll say if they tell me to get out. Are you happy now? Thank God. Okay, dinner is done, and now we're on our way to the theatre to see Matilda, which is so cool.
I'm so impressed with myself. That burrito, the guy next to me was struggling with how long, and I thought, oh no, it's going to take me forever to eat it. And then I looked at it and I went, this is easy work. It
was like 2 minutes he took to eat that burrito. Yeah, we are going to watch Matilda this evening. The tickets were gifted via London Theatre, which is like a ticket selling platform that I use all the time. I love Matilda. I've seen it several times now, but I haven't seen it in like well over a year, so I'm really looking forward to it. And this is where we're going, right by Covent Garden Station. Look at all these cushions they've got for kids to sit on. When I worked at the theatre, we had to like give those out sometimes, particularly during like kids shows that were aimed at kids, or like pantos. There would be like hundreds of them, and by the end we'd all have to like run around and try and collect them as quickly as we could before we could go home. Yeah, I'm really excited to see Matilda this evening. I'm really gutted because Matilda was written by Tim Minchin, and it's such a clever musical. If you've never listened to it, like, it is brilliant. And he also wrote Groundhog Day the musical, which was here for a few months last year, and I just didn't get to see it. Like, it was so high up on my list and I just never made it there, and I'm honestly so annoyed with myself. So next time it comes, I'm gonna make it like #1 priority to make sure I see Groundhog Day, because I've seen the film but I don't know really anything about the musical, but I just have such faith in it because of how good Matilda is. The next time I definitely need to watch it. If you did see it, let me know what you thought in the comments please, because yeah, I'm really gutted I missed that one. These seats are amazing. Oh my god, I love this set with all the letters on it. It's iconic.
You're iconic.
Thanks.
It's giving second date vibes.
Yeah, we went to the theatre for our second date. We went to see We Will Rock You. We are back. Matilda was so good, especially the actual girl playing Matilda. She was like, I think the best Matilda I've ever seen. And now it's late and I'm very tired, but first things first, we've got to eat some brownie.
Oh, do we now?
Definitely. And earlier it struck me that someone had to, by hand, lay the letters huge honk 100k onto this brownie. And that's a bit embarrassing actually.
That looks so good.
Honestly, this is going to change your life. Charlie's never had a brownie god before.
I've had a brownie, but I haven't had a brownie god.
Different. Completely different actually. We're going to eat the brownie and catch up on Love Island because we're a few days behind and it's finished now. I've only done small bits because it is very rich. Are you ready to try your first ever brownie god?
Stunning.
Isn't it?
After watching Matilda and that big bruised cake, I've been craving chocolate since then. So this is sexual.
I'm so excited to eat this. That was just a bit of a white chocolate star. Mmm. They're just the best brownies in the world.
Thanks for getting 100k.
So you can have a bit of a brownie. Good morning guys. I had a day off vlogging yesterday because I'm feeling very #overwhelmed. Had a few little cries and thought I'm gonna give myself the day off. But I'm back at it today. Charlie's here. My mum's about to arrive, and I've just been writing 100k on the wall. I'll probably show you some sort of montage once I've actually painted it. But basically my mum is coming because obviously I live in a flat, I don't have a loft or anything like that. So I've been storing a few like Hobie bits at mum's ready for the office. So I've got a couple of mirrors. I think mum bought me an air fryer as a gift.
Absolute slay.
And I'm very excited to see it, because I've always wanted an air fryer. For some reason, God, my foundation looks really patchy. I don't think I've done a very good job of my makeup today. Anyway, I'm wearing my Cars hoodie. It's from Goose and Gander and I love it. But every time I put it on, I spill something.
It's literally a real thing.
It's been on for like maybe a minute so far.
To be fair, it's the same as my Reebok jumper.
Yeah.
Whenever I wear my Reebok jumper, like, it's the comfiest thing ever. But the other day, I turned to Amy and I went, look what I've just spilled over.
You got jam all over the sleeve of it the other day.
Somehow.
I want to say thank you to Mr. Perry for teaching me how to effectively use a protractor and compass. It's come in very helpful today, for the first time in my adult life. The 100k photos are done finally, and I'm so glad with how they came out. I was really beating myself up for like how long these have taken this week. Like the actual photos haven't taken that long. It looks like I've got like sparkles coming out my head. The actual photos didn't take that long, but obviously like I just wanted them to look good, and I think they look really fun. I want to start taking my Instagram a little bit less seriously. I want to have a lot more fun with it. I want to talk more about like everyday life and home stuff and like interior stuff as well as fashion, and just focus a lot less on fashion, because sometimes I feel a little bit like a mannequin. Yeah, and so this feels like a really fun way to do it that feels like linked into the kind of content that I want to be posting. So very pleased with how they came out.
What's that?
The pictures.
No, of what?
It is time to unbox a mirror. I love this mirror so much. Well, I think I do. I haven't actually seen it because it arrived in this big wooden crate. Hang on. And because we had to transport it from Norwich to here, I didn't want to take it out. But now we're going to see what it looks like inside.
Can you do it so then it's facing down? Oh wow. Oh wow.
Oh, I don't think the vlog can see the top of it. Look, you can see where I've put a plain white screen on my TV for lighting. Look at the scalloped edge. I love that. This is going to be my new full-length mirror. Now for number 2. How on earth are you doing that? I literally cannot pull them on.
I suppose they package them like that now because they've had so many.
So many
literally
breakers,
hot.
yeah. Like you need.
Thank you. Oh, I love it. How nice is that? It's got like blue, kind of like stained glass around the edge. I love it. I think that's so pretty. I think this one will go in the hallway. It's quite a while and several outfit changes later now, but as you can see I've got my Broadway jumper on because I've been filming the end of the video where I went to the opening night rehearsals. Charlie's making mashed potato, that's why he's like banging things. I just finished off the video where I went to the opening night West End rehearsals last week and the interviews with the cast and stuff. If you haven't seen that, it is on my channel now. You can watch it after this vlog. Honestly, I was looking at those videos and I was like, I can't believe that's me, as if I was in that room. That's so crazy. And like Sheridan Smith was obviously the lead, but also there were some other like really big musical theatre stars and TV stars in there. Hadley Fraser, who I've watched in Phantom more times than I can count. Honestly, huge scenes, guys. How's your mashed potato going? God, that looks very mashed. Well done. We're about to christen the air fryer. We've got some chicken Kievs. Charlie's done the mash. I'm about to do the veg. In a recipe that I learned from, I think it's called Simply Cook. I thought it was like HelloFresh, but then it turned out to be not like HelloFresh at all, because basically it turned out that you didn't get any of the ingredients included. It was literally just sauces and like spices. A bit weird. So then I had to go to the shop and buy the ingredients. This was years ago. But there's one like veg recipe that I pinched off them that I've been using ever since, so I'm gonna make that tonight. Charlie's never had it. Did we buy a brown onion or no?
Yeah, it's in there somewhere.
I don't think it is.
I think it is, I think I saw it.
Oh yeah, it is.
I'm so glad that I knew it was in there because you didn't actually look properly.
Sensing a lot of negativity coming from this direction. Guys, look at this. This is absolutely sensational. So, for context, the veg that I was talking about was brown onion fried, like browned, with sweet corn, paprika, and a bit of mayo. Honestly, it is such a good combo. You've not tried it yet, have you?
No.
But do you think it looks alright? And then we've got a chicken Kiev in the air fryer. And Charlie's incredible mashed potato. Oh, I'm so happy right now. It's a Saturday today and I don't normally vlog weekends, but I gave myself yesterday off again. I'm just so tired this week and I couldn't work out why, and then I realised that it's because I had 2 weekends of brunch tour where I was driving up and down the country, and then last weekend a weekend of cheerleading. Not me cheerleading obviously, but both weekends were fairly full on, so I haven't actually had any time to just chill. So yesterday I just like chained myself to my desk and tried to do all the admin work in the world, and today I'm going out with Maria to shoot some content. We want to do spring content because it's coming into March and we always try and be slightly ahead of the season so we can give people like inspiration for the coming season. But it is quite cold today, so I've got skin coloured tights on so that I don't get absolutely freezing. We're doing 3 outfits. We do anywhere between 3 and about 10 sometimes when we go really crazy, but we've both placed orders for things that haven't arrived yet that we really want to shoot, so we're gonna hold off until those arrive, until we do like a big one. So we're just going to do a little one to like tide us over for content. We haven't shot very much recently because the weather has been really bad, and even if it's not raining, if it's grey, the photos just don't come out very well, so we find that it's not a very good use of time. So often we will schedule shoot days and then have to cancel them or move them. But yeah, today is the day and I can't believe I'm finally doing no black tights shoot day because this winter has felt long. I'm back where I was filming this morning, but I didn't actually vlog at all while we were out.
Oh, we didn't. We've done so much work.
The weather was a bit rubbish, so we did 2 outfits and then went for
Had lunch. But it's a Saturday, so that's actually allowed.
Yeah, it is a Saturday.
It does feel a bit more forgiving when it's a weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Amy just said, I actually need to vlog this because we were having a conversation, and she went, stop right there. I need to get my camera, because basically I was explaining my findings of when I was out the other day. I was out on my own, so I didn't have anyone to sort of converse with, so I was doing a lot of thinking. And I was you know what it was? I wasn't listening to any music. So I was walking around with my own thoughts, and the thoughts that I had were to do with, look at this,
brownie god and tea for you.
I was in the toilet and I was going, oh, I think I should proposition Amy, see if she wants to make tea. I came out and she had made tea. She knows what I want. And also I ordered this brownie god, so actually it is deserving that I did get picked. But I was looking at, it sounds a bit weird, so I was looking at the teens. Basically, from a fashion perspective and sort of like a style perspective, I was looking at like the young people who are out, and I came to a few conclusions. And I actually sent this in a voice note to everyone as well. They all had really straight hair. And we got onto this topic because the other day I got my hair styled with the new Dyson Air Straight. So my hair is actually quite flat at the minute because my hair had been flattened, whereas usually I go for quite like curly. They all had straight hair, very straight hair. They all had tiny tops on, not like this, like the spaghetti straps.
They do tiny top, big trousers.
Tiny tops, big trousers. And I mean, like, I've got, whoa! That's a boss. I've got wide leg trousers on right now. Not like this, like low-waisted cargos, but also one thing I noticed as well, their trousers, when you looked to the ground, they were bagging and they were all a bit wet, like in the 90s.
Yes.
Wet 90s trousers, which I remember.
Also,
I used to have. I had cargos when I was a kid with little tassels coming off them.
I was never a cargos girl. I actually had zero interest in fashion at all when I was younger.
I loved like Kim Possible vibes.
I really enjoyed watching Kim Possible,
Yeah.
but I didn't really
I
engage
had
with the
cargos,
clothes. So.
but I remember back then where your trousers were a bit baggy, they would get like wet on the floor.
Yeah.
And they were doing that, they looked wet on the floor. It sort of made me realise, oh my god, I'm
Oh my
really
God.
old.
Yeah, like, the thing is, they're all saying low-rise jeans and straight hair,
Yeah,
but...
so-
Yeah, well, you bought a pair of low-rise jeans this week, which actually...
And I wore mid-rise jeans today, which was my stepping stone, and I love them. And that, actually, as a short person, they suit me so much more
See, the
than
thing is,
high-rise.
I don't wear jeans.
Yeah, not trousers like this. I think have to be high-rise because they've
Yeah,
got so
I
much
like
like volume. You can't really see them. There you go. You can look on my Instagram if you would like to see these. I wear them all the time. But with the jeans, I like the mid-rise because I've been wearing jumpers not tucked in, which is so much more comfortable.
Yeah.
And you can just let the jumper hang sort of mid here, and it covers everything, so you're not Winnie out.
Winnie is...
Winnie is your midsection.
Winnie is your midsection.
This is Winnie.
So, like, you know how Winnie the Pooh wears like a tiny little top and then no trousers?
But one time we were shooting and my midsection came exposed and I went, oh, Winnie! Because I looked like Winnie the Pooh, and it's become a sort of thing afterwards.
Yeah.
But basically, we were looking at our hair the other day and I said, oh god, my hair, because I've curled it on top of straight hair, it's not as curly as I would usually have it. And Amy was saying, well, the teens are...
I don't think my hair is long enough to do the cool straight thing that they're
Oh, actually, I
doing.
think your hair is far better length for a cool straight
Shall I
than mine.
try and straighten it next week?
Yeah, I might be in the market of getting a Dyson Air Straight because it was fantastic. You can dry your hair whilst straightening at the same time with no hot plates.
Gosh,
This is
would
not
that
bad.
work on my hair, do you think?
I'm intrigued, so if I do get one, then you should try it.
Alright.
This is what we did with the Air Wrap as well,
Yeah.
which we do both absolutely.
I used mine
love.
yesterday.
I used mine this morning.
Yeah.
But the teens are sort of acting differently now,
They are.
and I'm scared.
Also,
Oh my god, it's so good.
yeah, Brownie God is something else, isn't it? Like, even walking around shopping centres and stuff, you can kind of like, it kind of like feeds into work stuff, doesn't it? Because you start going, God, well, if they're wearing that, then like maybe that's what people want to see.
But then it depends on who's watching it. Because personally, I don't think any teens are watching me.
No, and the thing is, like, I want to, I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, there's just like a lot of sides to doing this that I feel like you don't really think about. Like the weather, how much the weather affects it. Also,
Actually, now, why is it sunny for?
oh my god, you are joking.
Because the thing is, if you take a picture of grey lighting,
There's no point.
also it just doesn't show off the outfit in the best way possible, so people won't really get the vision of the vibes.
No. But also, speaking of things that are like things of this job that you don't necessarily think about if you're not doing it. I, as you guys know, have just acquired an office and now live here by myself, so my bills have really gone up. And this week was one of the most frustrating things. Maria was there.
Yeah.
Basically, in last week's vlog, I think it was, I submitted a self-tape. And it was right at the end of the vlog. Yeah, it was last week. And basically, when I did that, I didn't know what the brand was because they can't tell you because it's all under NDA.
I hate when I do that.
Yeah, I know.
So annoying.
And it was like a well-paid job, like, you know, better paid than a lot of the stuff that I've had on recently.
What have you been doing with it?
And I found out, I got the job. And then when I
So
said,
the self-tape,
okay,
which I really want to watch.
unfortunately it doesn't exist anymore.
I don't believe that.
I had to say, okay, amazing, what brand is it? And they said a brand that just doesn't align
It's not gonna work, is it?
very well.
Like, you're
with-
just not gonna...
No, like, it's just not what I want to be doing, and it's not, like, I don't know, it doesn't feel very, like, true to myself. And I think it's very important to, like, carefully consider the brands that you work with. And so, yeah.
Someone offered me a really easy job. I haven't told you about this, but actually I can say it. It's a VPN company. But I was just like, I don't care. Like, I'm not going to do a VPN.
That's the
I'd
thing.
probably buy a VPN myself.
Yeah.
I'll probably use one, but I was like,
It doesn't
people
fit.
don't come to me for VPN ads.
No.
So I'm not going to do it. And it was for stories.
Yeah, and it's so frustrating, and genuinely, guys, like, I don't know if I should say this, but I don't mind. Like, I considered it because I could really do with the money at the minute. Everything's so expensive. I don't really feel like I'm in a position to be turning down money, but I think sometimes you do have to, like, think, okay, well, the platform and like the people knowing that I work with brands that I really like and really believe in and that align really well is more important ultimately, and like hopefully in the long run will pay off. And it will. I think every time I've turned anything down, I've gone like, that was the right decision to do. Also, was it Molly May that said that she turned down
a £1 million deal?
Yeah, she turned down I mean, this is not a £1 million deal, guys. If it was a £1 million deal, I think I might have done it. No,
she would have done it, she would have quit. I actually have a theory as to who that brand was. I won't say it.
Can you tell me? Oh, actually, that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Because at the time they were doing a lot of sort of changes in their sort of ambassador program and things like that. And I feel that maybe the budgets were realigned and they said, we've got £1 million for you, Molly May. And Molly May said no. And I respect that from her. That's my queen.
And sometimes I just think, Molly May knows best.
And not always, because she didn't she say that the pasta in Italy was bad or something? But other than that,
yeah,
love
definitely
you, queen.
Not always, but
love you, my queen. Molly May is like the reason I pink curl my hair.
Was she?
Because she used to do pink curl when she did pageants.
She did pageants.
Do you not know this? Oh my god, well, we've got some things to catch up on.
I'm not very well versed in Molly May pre-Love Island.
See, I sort of kind of knew who she was pre-Love Island because she was.
Did you?
Yeah, she was 150k. Yeah. She was just like a sort of Manchester Instagram girlie. I'd seen her. She used to do a bit of e-com modelling, I think. She's done a lot of product pictures and things.
Yeah, interesting. But yeah, bit of a. I was so annoyed about it, wasn't I?
It's just like, when you came, because I was in the toilet, and I came back and you went, "It's this," and I went, "No."
But it was so upsetting. I thought
you were joking. I was like, "You joking?"
No, I think the thing is, it's like, it's just such annoying timing. Like my car insurance is due, and like everything's so expensive at the minute, and like could really do with not turning down large sums of money. But the thing is, like, I'm lucky to have been offered it. The fact that I've been offered it once hopefully means
you did
that
the
I will be offered it again.
Which I am going to watch at one point.
You're not, because it doesn't exist anymore.
That's just a lie, because she doesn't throw anything away. She doesn't delete anything.
My card's been formatted.
It's somewhere. How did you submit it?
Into
by email.
A what was it? Dropbox.
That's interesting, because you can't Dropbox from your memory card. You would have surely edited it off on your laptop using your editing program, and you definitely haven't cleared your editing program.
Yes, I have. I've edited so much this week.
Why are you suddenly deleting things, Amy? You never did any. You've got memory cards and stuff from like 2017. Before even New Year's.
True. I put a question box on my Instagram story earlier this week and then just forgot to answer the questions, which I do quite a lot, but a lot of them were about having hit 100k and things like that. So I thought, if I can find them, because I can never find where my old stories are, here we go, that I would go through and answer a few of those here now. So, oh, there's some really lovely questions actually. Let's start off with this one. Wait, no, actually, I'll save that one till last. This one came up quite a lot, just about tips for growth on Instagram. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I feel like a lot of people just say consistency. While consistency is key, like, there is more to it than just that, and a lot of people miss that bit off. Bear in mind all of the cliche stuff that you always hear, like make sure you create stuff that you enjoy making, make sure you're doing it for the right reasons and that you love the work that is going into it, and that you're not just in it for the free stuff, because people can tell. I think it is really important that you genuinely really love what you're making. But in all seriousness, the best way, in my opinion, to grow on Instagram is through trial and error. You have to throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. Some people's accounts seem to be better primed for reels. My account seems to be better primed for posts in terms of followers. You can see in your analytics where your followers are coming from. And actually the tool that I use the most is to go on my last 30 days, the reach on that, and see which posts are performing the best. And then from the top couple of lines of that, I kind of pick out any similarities. So for example, let me go on, I'll show you, because if you can pick up on patterns of stuff that people like to see from you, then I find that it helps to like inform future content, or that's how I do it a lot of the time anyway. Not always, sometimes I just do stuff because I want to. Where is it? why am I acting like I have never looked at Instagram before? I'm going to set mine to the last year just so we can get a really good idea of what it is I'm talking about here. And actually I'm going to look specifically at posts. Here are my most popular posts from the last year. And what you will notice is that I have used several of them multiple times, but also that I picked up on what was working. So like these denim shorts were really popular. Full body photos tend to do better for me than mid shots. Like I said earlier in this video, I do those outfit roundup posts. I have found that typically if it does well once, it will do well again. And I don't just want to post the same content over and over, but if you are trying to grow your followers and grow your platform, obviously like the reach and stuff is important, and Instagram's algorithm seems to pick up on the fact that if that post has done well before, then people will like it again. And so while I don't want to just regurgitate the same content, like I'm not just going to post the outfit by itself, but if I've had a post that does particularly well and in that post I'm wearing a particular top, over the next few weeks I might try and shoot that top with several other outfits so that I can then do a roundup post of all of those using that like banger post as the front cover. So it's valuable content that is savable and in my mind like useful to people because it's giving them like multiple ideas for ways to wear. And I don't necessarily mean to go out and buy that top. I mean like to find something that's similar in your wardrobe, or to, yeah, just to kind of inspire, just to kind of think outside the box a little bit and think about how you can wear the stuff that's in your wardrobe, or to buy the top if it's a new top. Sometimes I try and get like new in stuff so that people can buy that and then I show everyone like ways to wear it. You know what I mean? I get a lot of rubbish from people for posting stuff that's not currently in stock, but the thing is I really believe that I shouldn't only post things that are current stock. I know that I am an influencer, but I am also a person, and while it is great to be able to link clothes, and I will sometimes try and link similar, it's for inspiration, and I don't want to be a part of that narrative that I think some influencers push of like you need to be buying a £300 Zara haul every week. Like, one, I don't have a hope in hell of fitting into most of the stuff in Zara, and two, it's just not my vibe. Like, I don't know. I hope you get what I'm saying. But yeah, that is my number one tip for growth on Instagram. People will say to like comment on other people's posts, and actually I think that just results in like loads of spammy comments a lot of the time. So if you are going to do that, make sure that you are actually like engaging with the piece of content that you're commenting. Like, so I think it's really noticeable when people just like copy and paste like love this and comment it on loads of posts. And actually, to be honest, maybe I'm wrong, and let me know in the comments if you've experienced differently, but I don't think it has much impact. I think the best thing that you can do is like use your stats to your advantage. Instagram is fantastic for telling you so much information. You can see the reach, you can see how many followers you've gained from stuff. I noticed that my reach gets higher when my post gets a lot of saves, so create savable content. But yeah, just use your analytics to your advantage. They're there for a reason. I have forgotten how to use this app again, which is so good. Where are the questions again? Stories, here we go. Archive, that's the one. Good, so glad I know how to use this. Someone asked, what are your travel plans for 2024? I am going to Florida in April, and aside from that I have no travel plans currently. I usually do end up going on quite a few trips, but I don't know, this year I feel I'm kind of in my homebody era. I might take that back as soon as the sun comes out, or when I go to Florida and I catch the like travel bug again. But for right now, I am enjoying spending quite a lot of time at home. But I wouldn't say no to a holiday. The next question I have is, what job would you have if you didn't do this? And I don't know, you know, like I've been self-employed since I was at uni. I don't think I would be working within a company. I think I would more likely be self-employed in some capacity. I used to be a tutor of maths and English for literally, I tutored kids as young as 4 all the way up to like 50-something-year-old adults for like various exams and various reasons, and I loved doing that. It was really rewarding. But the hours were quite antisocial because obviously you have to do it outside of when kids are at school. So it was a lot of evenings, a lot of weekends, which is okay for a while, particularly when you're at uni. That's like ideal. And when I first moved here, it was good to kind of like get me out of the house. And it paid well, but also I can't see myself doing that forever. I then became a copywriter, which I did really enjoy. I feel like if I wasn't doing this, it would be something along the lines of like writing or video editing or like something around the creative process. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't do very well with like management and being told what to do. That became quite apparent to me, and I think like any of my school teachers would be able to tell you that as well, because I was a nightmare in school. And the last question that I wanted to answer, I thought we would end on a really nice positive note. What is your favourite part of being an influencer? My favourite part is how varied it is. Like, I love having the flexibility to pick and choose my own hours. A lot of the time it ends up being like way longer than the average working day. Yesterday I was literally at my desk from 8 AM till 11 PM editing, but I was like in a bit of an edit hole and I was enjoying myself. And now I feel like good because I've done so much of my editing for the week and I feel like I'm ahead, although actually I'm very behind on a lot of stuff at the minute, so I'm not really ahead, but I'm far ahead of where I was. I also obviously love all of the people that I get to meet. I met my best friends through this, and I love that it's so adaptable to like whatever I'm doing, whatever stage of life that I'm in. But actually my favourite thing about it is the fact that you're kind of governed by whatever comes into your inbox. So you end up getting invited to stuff that you wouldn't have necessarily gone to otherwise. Things like travelling or theatre trips or film screenings, things like that, which aren't necessarily the film you would have picked or the country you would have picked, but then you get to experience that thing because it kind of came to you. And I love that. Like with the travel plans question earlier, I know that my only actually booked travel plan for the year is to go to Florida, but if the last couple of years are anything to go by, I will also probably be lucky enough to be invited to go elsewhere and show that off on my socials and get to experience different cultures and things that way, which is really fun because it just kind of feels like I don't have to make all the decisions. Like, yes, ultimately I get to say yes or no, but like I've watched loads of plays and loads of films that I wouldn't necessarily have gone out of my way to see, but that I've ended up loving. And so I mean, I know that you can replicate that stuff yourself by like just choosing to do more sort of outside the box stuff, but yeah, I really find that you never know where your week's going in this job, and I kind of thrive off that. I'm not really a girl of routine. I like excitement and not knowing what's coming next to an extent. I am really trying to choose peace this year. I think we'll stop there because this vlog is long, but I'm always happy to talk about kind of the inside of this industry. We're all involved in some way, either as like a creator or a consumer. Even by watching this, you're like engaging with influencer culture. I don't know, I think it's an industry that sometimes can feel quite under wraps, and I don't think it really needs to be. So yeah, I hope you found this helpful, and let me know if you want to see more of this kind of stuff. Thank you so much for 100,000 followers on Instagram. My next big goal is 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. As always, please let me know in the comments what you've been up to this week, because you've just watched my week and I'm nosy about yours. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you very soon. Bye.